Hello, today I'm with Leo, who's a Brazilian citizen who's living in Birmingham, in England. So Leo, can you tell me what it's like being a Brazilian citizen in the UK?
To be honest, though, well, when I first came here to Britain, though, I was one of them sort of people who was excited. Oh, a European country with the whole royal monarchy, and well, of course, when I first arrived, the weather was actually nice, though. But as the days followed, though, I was started noticing that the weather was starting to become grayer and grayer, though. So, but to be honest, though, the people are actually quite nice, though. They're quite friendly, aside from a few minorities, but which you get anywhere around the world. But to be honest, I actually quite like this place, aside from the bad weather.
So was you shocked with the weather when you first came into this country?
It's a bit of yes and no. Back in Brazil, well, for example, when it rained in Brazil, we actually called it a blessing because in Brazil right now, even though it's winter there right now, it's still 32 degrees and people are still at the beach. So when I was in Brazil, yes, the rain was a blessing, but here it's just too much of it, too much rain and wind. But aside from that, there's nothing. Well, I don't find anything else.
Do you prefer living in Brazil or England?
I prefer living in living in England mainly because, well, right now I've kind of gotten used to the weather here. I got a lot of friends here who I care very deeply about, and I feel a little bit safer here than in Brazil. Well, in terms with crime and policing and all. And to be honest, I've accomplished quite a lot of things here so far.
Do you think the government and everybody else do enough with racial stuff? Do you feel like people are racist towards you at all, or do you think because it's in 2014 now people are just accepted far and out in another country?
Well, to be honest, racism happens anywhere around the world. No matter where you go, you will always see someone being racist to another.
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately, that is the sad truth about this world. Of course, that doesn't change here in Britain as well, because here in Britain you do have groups like the EDL, the BNP. We have those right-wing groups such as UKIP and in Britain First.
How do these groups make you feel personally?
Personally, I'm against them. At the same time, even though everyone has a freedom of speech and freedom of expression at the same time, according to the Human Rights Act of 1998, which was written after the European Conventions of Protection of Human Rights written in 1950, it is against European law to actually show discrimination towards another race, depending on completely regardless of race, sex, gender, and also sexuality. So under the European law, it is against the law, but not all laws are perfect.
That is right, but do you think the police are doing enough against the groups like the EDL, UKIP? Well, not UKIP, because UKIP's not a government thing, but
when it comes to these right-wing extremist groups like the EDL, for example, well, even though there are police near the process to break up any fightings within other communities, which is already a good thing, at the same time, to avoid fighting as a whole, I think it would be better if the law were to step in and prohibit such groups from existing in the first place.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Leo. That'll be all for today.
Thank you very much.